It is now my pleasure to call on Dr. Kidder to address Convocation.
I feel as if my job is to inspire you, to help be part of your kind of launch into whatever your next steps are. But at the same time, I feel that the world that I'm hoping to help launch you into is a deeply troubled and increasingly polarized one. And even worse than that, as my 25-year-old who is here, who graduated from York, likes to remind me all the time, I feel that somehow our generation is at least in part responsible for the mess that we are launching you into. We seem to be a long way, maybe even longer than when I was young, from solving the intractable problems that divide us and that jeopardize our collective future. That the state of the world that you're being launched into is a bit depressing. But despite that, I think there is hope. And as Chancellor Sorbera said, a lot of that hope lies in you, no pressure though. You, the graduating class in education, actually embody hope. And I hope that you remember that as you go forward. As Chancellor Sorbera said, there is no more important job in the world than teaching. You know, doctors can save lives, and carpenters build our houses, and social workers help families, and air traffic controllers stop all the planes from crashing into each other. But teaching, that is the thing that changes everything. You are teaching all those other people so that they can individually go on to lead successful lives. But even more important, those of you who become teachers are responsible for ensuring that we have new generations who can innovate and adapt and imagine and continue to learn, who are equipped to be contributing members of society, and who understand how we're connected to each other and to the world around us. You're going to educate kids so that they don't fall prey to the divisiveness that is so prevalent today, so that they don't feel they have to be on a side, and so that they can understand different points of view and which things are based on evidence and which are based on emotion or politics. You're going to be educating the new generations that this country and our world needs. And I'm sorry to say that's not your only job. On top of that, you're going to have to help groups like ours shift things a little bit in our education system. Because if the job of our publicly funded schools is to truly prepare the next generations to play a real role in the world, no matter who they are or what their backgrounds, if we can start to assume of the education system that it will foster students, whether they want to be chefs or dentists or bricklayers, who have the capacity and the sense of agency that will allow them to have an impact on the world around them, who will be able to vote with a deep understanding of the issues, and who will understand how important it is to vote, who will know how to collaborate, how to take care of their mental and their physical health, how to use innovative approaches to problem solving, and how to take the knowledge that they've gained in one area, the knowledge that you will be helping them get, take that knowledge and adapt it to another one. If we can do that, then there's hope. Because to us, these have to be the new basics for education. They are the basics for becoming responsible human beings who can develop a world where there's hope for all of us. And if we can foster those basics in our next generations, then there's hope. And that will be your job. And I hope that you truly believe and understand how vital that job is for all of us, and how much hope that you can provide to the world. And within that big context, I want to add one more thing. I want to finish by talking a little bit about humanity. Because if we're to make the world an even slightly better place, it's vital that we bring ourselves as human beings to this enterprise, no matter what it is we're doing. And I'm going to start by being an example and sharing a little bit of my own humanness. I actually never graduated from university. And sometimes I'm embarrassed to tell people that, especially because of the job that I do. I never graduated from university, and I have taken a very, very long and winding road to get here today. There have been many bumps along the way, and I have made lots and lots of really big mistakes in my life. I am human. I grew up in an incredibly dysfunctional family, moved a million times, engaged in lots of risky behavior, and failed over and over. And partly as an outcome of all that, and probably many years of therapy, I believe deeply and strongly that it's vital that we be present as human beings, no matter what we're doing or what our work is. It is my belief and my hope that by bringing my humanness to every conversation and to all aspects of my work and my relationships, that I can help make the world a little better. I think that sometimes we think that when we grow up and graduate and get jobs, that in order to be successful, we have to kind of turn off our humanness. But it's actually the opposite. The essential humanness that we have is the thing that connects us, that allows us to have empathy and compassion and to be able to understand different points of view. And there may be nowhere that this is more true than in teaching. Teaching is all about relationships between students and teachers and each other and teachers and parents and teachers as members of their communities or as part of faculties of education. But in order for those relationships to really work, you have to bring yourself to them. Even when you feel insecure or you're not sure if you're doing the right thing or you're not sure if you know how to do your job or if you're wrestling with biases that you wish you didn't have or that you feel ashamed of, that all of us always want to deny, we are human. And sometimes it is really hard to be human. But if we can bring ourselves, our humanness, and our sense of connection to each other and the world around us, we could definitely have a bit more hope than maybe we do right now. I hope that you, the graduating class, are all really excited and really proud. I hope that you are optimistic about your futures, and I hope that you remember every single day how important your contributions are and how much the world needs you. Thank you very much.